Hello guys, this is Paula and I am here today for us to start the next part, which I believe is going to be like part 3 or 4. Okay, so let's kind of flip through and see what we've got so far. Because the pages aren't quite big enough, so I've been having to add some trim around the pages, which I just think it frames it out nice. It's all right. This is definitely a bright blue poppy page. It's a kit that is called Poppy page, or Poppy Digital, or I don't have the exact name, but I will. This is by Elsie Bell Design. It's the Elsie Bell's Bookshelf. Sorry, I'll link her below. Okay, and I printed everything onto copy paper. So this is the pages that we started out together in the first video, or the second video. This is by someone different. I don't have it on the tip of my tongue. And this one is also. This is where we got our first pocket right here. Aren't these birds adorable? And I love this paper. It doesn't go with the poppy paper, neither one of those. This and this does not. Now this does. Now this is the one that we really had to pull out all kinds of tricks to get it in here, but I like the way it ended up. You know, it ended up really nice. And then here's the next journal sheet. And here we go for this next sheet. Now, we're going to have another one of these side pockets. So, what I'm doing is kind of going plain solid sheet, or solid layout, pocket on the side, pocket on the side. And I'm doing most of the pockets on this side, so when we decorate, we'll decorate most on the left. There's a reason in my brain. Don't ask me. I can't explain it this time of night. It's storming outside. If you hear anything, that's what you're hearing. It's a thunder and lightning type storm. So I don't know. My husband said it feels like winter outside. I don't know. This is not part of the Poppy design either, but I really liked it, and I knew the number of sheets in the Poppy kit would not be enough for this book. So sadly, we have to also add some at the bottom here. But now I'm looking at this. I just kind of cut everything ahead of time, guys, because it just takes so much time, and I don't want to drag you into that. I just thought, getting to see the process. You guys know how to cut with your cutter, don't you? I think you do. I think you do. I think you do. So I'm trying to decide, do we want this up here or at the bottom? This is the piece we're going to have to slide underneath. So it'd have to go this way, the way I've got it messed with there. So we can put it at the top, or we can put it at the bottom. And I'm kind of thinking right here, because it's got a little bit of gray right there, where we can kind of match it up. Okay, but then I kind of like it down here because it's less noticeable that it's pieced. You know, so let's piece it down here first, and then we can always go back and add some more. Now I'm going to put this book right here. I hope you guys can. I got limited space going on here. Okay, so let's just do this portion first. I hope you guys have had a great day. We haven't done anything really, so you know what else is new these days. Yeah, it's just been, I'm really tired of it. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready for it to all. I just need to stop having something to be concerned about. I guess you could call it worry. You know, mostly I worry for Charlie, because he is not got an immune system, and so we have to just keep him so protected, and none of us are going around him, and of course that's hard on a Grammy. Okay, And it's probably hard on Mama and Daddy too, because, you know, it's hard to have someone keep up with him. They don't get any time off. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding up here all the way to the pocket, and I usually leave just a tiny bit of edge right there. And then I'm just going to go down here and kind of slide it down into the, let me make sure you guys can see. Slide it down into the little crease there, or the binding. Line it up, make sure it goes on there nice and straight. Don't forget to use your ruler when you need to. It does really help to get it folded down in there a little better. That one went pretty easy without any complaints. I didn't hear it complain once. Okay, now here we go. All right, so this is going to be the next sheet. This book is going much faster. I think it's because we actually did it correct this time. And so I'm glad we, you know, I'm glad we were able to be aware of that, right? So I'm just going to ink right here in the book on most of this, because let me put this over here. One side wants to flip up when you're working on the other side. It's just crazy. Since all of this is going to be covered in glue stick, might as well get the book sticky too, right? Okay, now I'm going to flip it over so I can get down here on this end. And then start on the other side. I've got my fan going too, because I don't care what the temperature is outside. I am hot. I'm hot all the time. You know, I took a bunch of allergy shots and stuff to see if I could get that to stop. And it did, until all the medicines that he had me on got out of my system, and it was a lot, and I don't know that I'm willing to take that many pills, you know, to not be hot. Plus I had allergies, you know. Now for that, I'm just very careful, but yeah. Anyway, this side's dry now. Ooh, there's some thunder for you. It's either dogs or thunder around here. Okay, so now I'm going to line this up right here on this side. We want to make sure it comes across straight to the other paper. Let me get it over here. I have to add some more glue under that one portion because it's already drying. It doesn't help that I have my fan on. Okay, there we go. If you do this just right, you're able to actually really get it lined up nice and straight, which is, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to bring out my glitter glue and go around the edges. That's why it wasn't sticking, right? So we're going to do that right now, because if we don't, see, like this is already dry. This whole thing right here, it was drying when I was putting it down. That's what happens when you haven't done any of the book pages in the last few days. You forget. But I'm a firm believer on doing the edges with some glue just around the edges, because it in my last book, as I told you, I was just constantly fixing pages, and I mean, I did finally get them all fixed, but it's just better to keep your book together. At least that's how I feel. Now I'm going to put a little bit under, well, this part's not wanting to come up, so I guess it is down really good. Okay. And let's see here if this page is staying down. Pretty much. We'll just put it along the edge. And under here where the little edge is kind of sticking up. Yeah, that whole corner was not sealed. So tell me what you guys have planned for tomorrow for Easter. Rick and I have 0 plans. Don't get to see the grandkids. Don't get to have Easter dinner. I'll tell you something really cool though that my niece and nephew and their kids did for my sister. They showed up at their house today, this evening, with Easter baskets for both of them, full of goodies. A full-blown Mexican dinner. And what else? Stuffed animals and stuff like that, you know, anything Easter. It was, my sister was standing on the porch from a distance crying. She was so cute. She cries when she misses her grandkids, especially if it's been as many days as it has been for her. She's going crazy in that house too. She was coming down here when it all started and had to cancel her trip, which was a bummer. Okay, now all of that I think I've got touched up. Let me see if I did over here. Yeah, but I will tell you, over on this side, let me put this back on here and get a, let me get a wipey to keep this. I'm going to tell you something amazing about this glitter glue. I bent the straight pin, the stainless one, almost 2 weeks ago, and it's still staying. See, it's barely in there and it's still staying open. I don't know what's happening with that, but I'm not going to complain. So I ended up going over on some of these pages. It wasn't on the ends. Trying to see where it is here. Trying to press everything down. It is actually right there on this side, but I can see it better from the opposite side. So I'm going to trim that off. We don't want that hanging out over the edge. So I've been working very hard on getting together all the tags for the tag series. I've been getting things ready and putting it in Ziploc bags. So all we have to do is enjoy the process. It's taken me a lot of days to do that, ladies, because I love my subbies. I would do it again. Anyway, so there we go. This is all down. Now let's get this little section right here because it's sticking out too. You can see it right there, how it's kind of over a little bit. That doesn't work. It doesn't look good like that, so we have to trim that off. I know you guys might not be able to see this part because of my arm, but it's the only angle that I can manage to cut from here. Okay, there we go. Now, maybe we can move on and do the rest of this now. Now, the inking will not happen until the book is done. At first, I started inking inside the pocket. I don't remember. I'm looking to see. No, I guess I didn't. Thought I did. anyway, but we'll do that. We'll do it whenever, you know, it's possible. Okay, so we're going to use this paper right here inside here, which I think looks really good with this paper that has the music sheets and the blue, and I just like that paper. And I have two little pieces to put under this right here. Now we're going to glue those parts on first because it will look better to put the paper under instead of over the large piece. Okay. Here we go. Got to see how this is going to be on there. I might be able to kind of match it up. Let's see. I doubt it, but you never know till you try, right? Yeah, it's not going to match up. Should have known. So this one is just going to be butted up because this end piece is glued down. And once again, I forgot to, I'm going to go ahead and lift it up and put the glitter glue down so it will hold. Okay, here we'll try this one more time. Do this right here. I will have glue all over me when it's all said and done. So today was my baby's birthday. I know you guys remember last year when her husband gave her the surprise party. Yeah, it's been a whole year since that, you guys. We've known a lot of us have known each other for a year. So I'm so glad you've been on this journey with me. And I hope you continue. Okay, so I have it all over me. Now this glue or this section right here, you're going to be able to see that a tiny bit right there. It just wasn't quite long enough, but that's okay. If I hadn't pointed it out to you, you wouldn't have known it probably. That's how little noticeably it is. That made no sense whatsoever. So I hope you guys have had a good weekend. What have you been doing besides sitting? I hope you've been crafting and playing with all your goodies in your craft room. I really want to do a, oh, this is trying to stick to my, I want to do a craft rooms tour since I got everything, all the rest of my furniture, but I can't clean it up long enough to, I don't want to do it when it's all yucky. I don't want you guys to see it in the filthy stage. It's actually not filthy, but it's not organized around my desk, and I just need to get all the card stuff done and then, or the tag stuff done, and then I can do it. I know a lot of you have already seen. Let me fold this up real quick. I need to change this out. Just going to make it in the shape of a tag. Okay. Now we're going to do this bigger piece, and push this out where you guys can see a little better. My husband and I watched the movie The Passion tonight. Ugh, I tell you, it's hard to watch how tortured he was in the movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie to watch at Easter time. I remember when it came out, and we went to the movies to see it. And I hadn't seen it since then, so it was nice. It does have, it is in Arabic, but they do subtitles, but they don't do them so fast you can't read them. You know what I mean? It's really easy to follow. And I tell you, it was directed a long time ago, 2004, I think, by Mel Gibson. That's before Mel Gibson turned his life the wrong way, you know. I don't think he is living the kind of life that he once did. Okay, so there we go. We're going to put this in here. Let me move this book. And I actually remembered to add the glue. I'm proud of me. So what we're going to do here is we got glue everywhere, but we're going to try to put this in here as easily as possible. Now, you know this is not, it wants to attach to everything, so I'm just going to start sliding. Get in there. Go, go, go. And I don't know if it's going to go any further down. Let me see. Might be able to. Oh, perfect. Perfect. It went straight down without any problem. Okay. Now, I just noticed from earlier that this piece of paper that didn't get, see, it didn't get anything on it either because I forgot. So we'll do it right now. I did the other side already. I can't wait to see how this book's going to turn out. I've made some things for it already, and so I think it'll end up looking really sharp. Hopefully I have the book turned in the right direction. Yep, I do. Okay, so this is how this page turned out, which, you know, I think looks pretty good, right? Do you guys agree? I can see where this paper is right here is kind of lifted up. I'm gonna see if I can get some glue under there and maybe hold that down a little bit. The last thing we need in the city is storms. Do you guys agree? It's like we've got enough going on in our world right now that we do not need thunderstorms. Okay, now I'm going to shut this up so everything can kind of, see, it's not going to be super thick, but it's going to be perfect is what I like about it. Okay, so the next page that we're going to do, let's turn over. I hear creepy music in the living room. My husband swears he has good hearing, but when he watches a movie or watches TV, period, it is bouncing off the walls, especially with his new TV. Oh my word. Okay, so we're going to move all these little pieces out, and we are going to do a poppy page this time, and we're going to put this up in the corner again because I like the way that looked. Now all this is tucked under, but let's go ahead and just do this piece first because, I don't know, just because. I think it'd be easier to put it in there first. Okay, put a little bit of glue around the edges. Come on, come out there. I'm getting really low. I just know it's gonna run out real soon. Okay, keep your fingers crossed. This one's kind of, it's one of those that you gotta Hope and pray you get it in there correctly. Okay, it's got to go in at an angle. So let's try to see if we can get that down there just right. And not cover me completely and totally in glue. All right, so it's got to go down in here, you know, and in the process, it's getting all over your hand and all of that. Okay, get in there. Come on, don't stick yet. Don't stick yet. Get down in there. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can get it lined up right here. Hopefully that is going to be exactly where we need it. No, but you know what? We'll just trim it off, right? Because it's down there and it don't want to move. So we'll just have to add a little piece right here on the edge. And what we'll do is, I've got this all over me. Get it off because I can't handle the paper when I'm sticking to it, you know? Okay, so it's quite a bit off. But I'm not complaining. It's gonna be in there good enough. Okay, so let me trim this portion off. Won't be quite as straight as I would have liked, but that's all right. So all the glue I added around the outside is now out on the part I'm cutting off. Oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll have to add some more glue probably to the inside portion. Okay, and then this portion here needs to be trimmed. Okay, thank goodness for scissors that can get glue on them. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Whew. That page is not as easy as the last one. It's a little bit harder. Okay, let's turn it around back this way, and we'll go back and piece that wherever it needs pieced in just a moment. Let's get the big stuff down first. Okay, so I know this piece is going to go down in here, but I do want to trim all of this because putting a lot down in there is really challenging. I should have trimmed what I just did, but no, I didn't do that. Okay, so see, this is going to tuck down in there, and then we'll see how far we go from there. Let's see. Go under there. Now it doesn't want to tuck at all. Okay. Turn that fan off. I hope you guys can still hear. Okay, so let's bring it up. We might, no, it's going to have to go down instead of up. It won't go up. So we're going to have to put this piece right here in first. So I'm going to move this one more time. And I think this with the curvy side here is what I had thought that we could use. And you just tuck it under also. It looks really cockeyed, but I'm going to see, I think it will. If I can get it up high enough, I don't know. It might not work. Let's see. Let's slide it down in there and see if it's going to fit first. Okay. And then, yeah, there we go. I think maybe that's going to work. And then we go push this straight up and do this edge. Now we are going to have some extra. I'm going to go ahead and kind of trim it off. It looks like it's not going to be much. Now watch us not have enough. You know how that is, right? Okay, so we're going to bring our book over here and get the glue going. So last night, Rick and I stayed up till 3:15. We've got our days and nights mixed up. Do you guys ever do that? Once you start it, the problem is, I blame it on Rick. Let's blame it on him. The problem is, you know, I'll work into my craft room till 5 or 6. You know, then I'll come out and say, honey, I'm home, now that he's retired. But I come out and then I'm pooped and I want to sit down a little bit before supper and just get on my computer. I don't always do that, but I try. Okay, so we're going to try to get under here again by going kind of backwards. Scoot it all the way over. Can't remember how far out it ended up being. So we're going to do it like this. Stick it there. Then turn it at an angle. Yeah, we're going to have to trim some off. That's all right. We've had 2 on all 3 of our pages so far. Okay, now we're going to take this straight up and over. Just like that. We're actually going to, I should have pushed it further down in there, and then it would have probably not had to been cut, but what can I say? All right, so I have been busy today. I worked on my design team project for April, which is completed finally. So you can watch for that video coming up. I'm also making it, I made it for a friend, and so to get that in the mail at some point this week. Yeah, there we go. So this is what I was going to tell you earlier when I was talking about my daughter's birthday. Her dad and I FaceTimed her, and I got to go back and glue some of that down on the page prior. I'm just going to do that. It's kind of sticking up right here. I don't want to forget. This is the one we forgot to do the extra glue on. Not we, me. There we go. And this is the reason I'm having to go back and fill that in, is the reason that I like to add it now, because it's a total hassle to do it after the fact. Okay, get in there, you silly thing. Okay, there we go. My husband found a sci-fi movie. I think it's on Prime. It's the free part of Prime, and he's been watching it, 2 or 3 of them every night. I'm not interested in those. I really am not into TV much anymore. I know I listen to TV during the day, but at night I just don't want to. I'd rather sit down and relax and watch my videos, and I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'd rather do that over most anything in the evenings. Okay, we're stopping right there on that one. I do notice that this part, I didn't get it down very good in the spine. So we're going to put one little piece right there, and I'm just going to go and do it like that. Do you know what I mean? Let me just cut a piece. No fussing when it comes to this. And I'm not even going to put glue stick. I'm just going to put the glitter glue. Okay, here we go. Count down to... Okay, I'm just going to slide it over here and piece it right in spot. Yeah, there we go. I'll trim a tiny bit off right there from earlier. There we go. Make sure this is not sticking down underneath. All right, now we'll go for the big one. Okay, now we're gonna do this side first on the right, my right. And I'm gonna, whoops, get my glue stick. I'm going to get this on underneath first. Well, I'll go ahead and just do this side of the book. We'll go ahead and get this side of the book down first. Turn it this way so we can keep the glue under control. I woke up with such a bad headache today. It's probably why I'm not got a lot to say. I've kind of had it all day, and when I took some downtime to watch the movie, I was like, oh, I still have a headache. There's nothing worse than a headache just won't go away, right? All right, and I can't take Advil, cold, and sinus, which is what I like to take for headaches, especially the sinus ones that I have. Okay, so here we go. Some glue right there. All right, let's see what happens. Keep your fingers crossed. This time I'm going to have to use the ruler to get that down into the spine, I think. So I'm going to hold this up to slide this under. If I can get it to stay open long enough to get it under there. Come on. Come on. I'm going to put one finger in there. You got to be an acrobat to do this. That's what I've decided. Got to know how to move. Okay, so keep going. I want to pull it all the way down so we don't have to. We're almost there, but we're not quite there yet because it's not all the way over right here. And I'm not giving up, you know how that is. But I'm going to have to because my paper in the pocket has given up. So here we go. We're just going to roll that over so it's nice and crisp and lift this up and rub it, because what's going to end up happening is we're just going to have, because it made it a little bit longer when I did it that way. You can plan it out 10 minutes before and still things don't go the way you want them to, right? That's just what, I'm a firm believer. Okay, so because of that, I don't think it's going to fit on the other side, but we're going to attempt to fix that. Let me see. I didn't get the glue stick down in here far enough, you know, so I'm going to have to roll it across here. Okay, let's see what happens. I just want to get this one little part in, and then we can go back and add to the other. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue here on this paper. It's not in the spine, but on the paper here. Okay, and then across here. Sorry if I got out of camera, guys. You know how that is. Okay. It's hard. Okay, here we go. Now, I know that this is not going to go in as perfect as I once thought. It's going to actually be, and it's actually going to show crud. See how it's doing over here? It's actually going to show that portion there. So we're going to have to add some more of that navy right behind it. So I'm going to get this side to glue down first. And it's not going to be that big a deal, but I didn't want to have to do that if we didn't have to. Okay, then we'll go over here and rub this down a little bit more. So I've glued this one little side here by the binding, but since we have to add some more of the blue under here, and see, look what we've got going here. See all of that? So before I glue this down, I want to get all that fixed. And keep your fingers crossed that I have some more of that paper, because I don't think I do. So I've used it all. I'm trying to think which paper I could use over there. We could use this, but we would have to cut it in a couple different pieces. Let me think. We might come back to that. I may print some more and we come back to that. But let me look through my other papers here on the side. I'm sorry. You're not missing anything but digging through papers here. Just to make sure one in the future doesn't have that paper. Because then I always go back and print that for the others. That's it. That was the ending of it. Okay, so let me look through the ones that are left over. Okay. The one thing that is nice is that we can always take, I've got this that we can fix this part at the top, okay? Right here. It's the one on the side that is going to be the hard one. And I'm just going to put glue straight here. And then run this underneath on this side. I'm sorry guys, it's kind of hard to, this makes you get into kind of cockeyed weird positions. Don't know how to solve that problem, right? Okay, so now let me get my glitter glue out. So I didn't like use a glue stick on this little piece. Sorry, we might be out of camera a little bit. This page is challenging me. So basically what this is we're doing, I wouldn't call it collaging because it's really not. It's paper piecing. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. I kind of love doing anything with paper. And I used to paper piece when I was a little girl. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but now I look back on it and I realize, oh, I did paper piecing. Also, I don't know if you've ever worked with Julie Nutting's stamps of the women that she, the stamps she has that are women. Different outfits on, they're real tall and slender. Okay, those are Judy Nutting's dolls. Okay, so now we've got this to deal with right here. So what I'm going to do over here is I've got this book page. So it's going to be crooked. There's not much we can do about that. Yeah, see, I can't take it back any further than that right there. So for some reason, I don't know what I did. So what I'm going to do is cut this page off. Don't fret. I have another page that's just like it. And then we're going to straighten it up and put it on there correctly. How's that? If not, we're going to be... Don't fret. I know you're probably going, what are you doing? I'm ripping it out. But because because it's going to cover this, so we don't have to worry about that part. It's going to cover it. And I just want to make sure all this is down underneath so we don't have a lot of big lumps and bumps going on. And what I'll do with, I'll use the paper trimmer so I can get a nice clean cut. Okay. So when I talked to my daughter today, I keep dropping off and starting another conversation. When I talked to her today, she was going through, she had ran up on and was going through a box that I put together for her of her growing up stuff. So whenever my kids were little, I was that person that kept everything that wasn't necessary to keep, but I thought it was. Let me cut this with my trimmer real quick. If I can find a place to put this sticky glue book. Okay. All right. Anyway, so this should be able to go in here. I'll match it up to the point. Well, I say I will, but I may not. Because we have to get it all the way out to here. So let me see where that would end up. Anyway, I had done a box up for my kids, a treasure chest. I had seen it on some show that where you could keep all your kids' stuff, and as they get older, you let's see. It's not going to be a perfect match, but it's going to be right there. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, so she was going through that chest. She had never gone through it. She had taken it home. Thought Mama was crazy, probably. And I'm sure my son hadn't gone through his, because he kind of looked at me like, especially when he picked up his first pair of little jeans. Yes, I kept his first little pair of jeans, you guys. I'm crazy. But they were so cute. And his first little walkers and stuff like that, you know. Their little spoon. Each of them had their own little spoon that, you know, they were raised with, and, or at least in the baby times, you know. Okay, of course I didn't get that glue over far enough. But I mean, we just barely have that in the right spot. It's just barely covering that other big. I should have left it a little bigger, but it is, the point is, it's covering, right? The point is, it's covering. Okay, so I'm going to go like this for a second, kind of smooth that out. All right, so now I'm going to flip this around and get this baby down so we can trim it and move along. Anyway, so she was looking at all that, her school grades, and she's like, Mom, my grades were horrible. I said, honey, they were your grades. We constantly battled with you, you know, about your grades, and got you the help you needed and so forth. But sometimes you got to grow up and go to college before you finally realize you got to study. Okay, my glue's, I bragged about my glue too soon. Let's see. Let me see if that helped. Nope. I was getting too confident, so I was leaving it open. Might have to get the other one. Well, it doesn't feel like anything's plugged up. Let me see. There it goes. Okay, I'm just going to do the glue onto the actual book page so we can have that glue right down. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did. I thought I didn't put glue on that other portion. So we still have kind of this tilty look here on this side, you know, where it kind of goes downhill. But, you know, if you don't tell anybody, they won't notice. And honestly, I probably will do something here with some kind of band of lace or ribbon, and that will take care of that problem right away for us. Okay, so now I've got to trim all this because it's way off. So, have you guys noticed that whenever you're, let me get this back in here. I've got glue all over me, and it's just pouring out of there. Have you guys noticed that when they tell you not to touch your eyes or mouth or whatever, that's all you want to do, right? I tell you, my eyes with allergies are driving me crazy. But I haven't been anywhere that I need to worry about that. But I'm just saying, every time I go to wipe my eyes, I'm like, you're not supposed to wipe your eyes. Okay, so we're going to trim around both pages because we've got some stuff hanging over. We had to start crooked over here to end up crooked on the other side, so I'm not surprised. Now I'm going to check our time and see if we can do one more page. And then our next video will be tags after this video. I can get this thing to work here. Goodness, that did not want to come off of there. Let's try this again. Oh, we got to come from this side now. That's what the difference is. Oh, look how off we are there. No, this is where we added that other page. So yeah, and then my daughter said, well, why isn't there anything about my drama days in this book, Mom? I said, that's just elementary and junior high. I said, that's in a box of its own. I said, it has its own box of stuff. I said, your brother has his box, but you didn't take yours home. It's here still. You know, they don't ever want to clutter up their closets. That's too easy, right? That's the first thing they said when they saw those little treasure chests, instead of saying, oh, Mom, thank you for making those for us. Mom, where am I going to put that? I said, I don't know. It's been cluttering up my closet for a long time. And if you don't want it, throw it in the trash because I saved it for you. Of course, a little bit of a different tone at that point. One more side. This one's been challenging. But you know what? It didn't conquer us. It did not conquer us. Okay. I'm up here at the end. I hope you can see. It's the best I can do right this moment. Okay. Okay, come up here. Let's just turn it on its side so I can get this piece straight off. There we go. Instead of fighting with it the whole time. Yeah, there we go. Finally. Crazy page. It's really sticky right here, but I can always fix that with my powder because I really didn't have a lot of glue on there. It will See, it's already not sticky. Powdering on there is like the best thing you can do. Okay, guys, we're at 55 minutes, so that means we're done for today's video. So in the next video, this is the commercial for the next one. In the next video, when we do our book, not the next video, but the next time we do our book in a video, we'll be working on 2 or 3 pages. We'll have a lined page to do with some different paper, and then we'll have another paper like this with the odd shape. Those are hard. Okay, and then I think we have one more ready. Oh, nope, I'll have to get some more ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all my subscribers I currently have. And I love that I've gotten to know a lot of them. And so if I haven't gotten to know you, I challenge you to start leaving comments so we can get to know each other. All right, guys, I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We only need 3 more subscribers to hit that 2,000 point, and then we can do a giveaway. All right, guys, bye.